Awesome. So now I'm going to go over the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay functions of your new car. So in order to work the Apple CarPlay, you do need to have, of course, your Apple phone and plug it in. And it does need to be plugged in to either this USB slot up here, or it can also be plugged into the USB slot inside the center console as well. Just for ease of access, I've hooked it up to the one at the very front here. And you will notice your phone will go to this CarPlay screen. Now the phone does need to be unlocked in order for the Apple CarPlay function to kick in. And you will notice up at the very top here now that it will show Apple CarPlay on the side here. So whenever you push it over to the side, it will automatically bring you into the Apple CarPlay screen. Now within this screen, of course, you do have things like your phone. You can also go to your music, so any music that you have saved onto your phone. Maps, you can also use Google Maps as well, whichever one that you prefer. Over one more, you have all of your messages and your text messages, as well as your text-to-speech function that functions through Siri. And then your Now Playing, so whatever you were listening to prior to setting up, getting yourself set up onto the Apple CarPlay. The Mazda button will simply bring you back to the home screen whenever you would like to. Now, another way to get to and fro is to press and hold the home button to go back and forth. If you press and hold it, it will flip back and forth for you. Over one more is your podcasts, any podcasts that you have saved, as well as audiobooks. And then a lot of your other apps are complementary with the Apple CarPlay function. So things like Spotify will run exactly the same way that Spotify runs on your phone onto the Apple CarPlay. No different than things like WhatsApp. Those types of apps will all naturally go through. And now to enable the Siri function using your Apple CarPlay, simply scroll all the way down to this little button right here. You press and hold. And what you will see is your Siri function will kick in. Another way to be able to access it is from the steering wheel by pressing and holding your voice command system, and it will automatically ask. Lastly, if you do have the Hey Siri function enabled, simply say Hey Siri and it will actually engage for you. And now we're going to go over the Android Auto. So the Android Auto, you can plug it into either USB port with your USB. There we go. And then simply plug the cord into your Android phone. Now when you plug it in, it will ask you up on the main heads-up screen if you would like it to always enable, never have it enabled, just to enable it the one time. Wonderful. And then on your phone, it will prompt for you, what will the Android Auto do? And so now is where you get a chance to be able to customize everything to yourself. So things like the Google Assistant, right? How it kicks into everything. And just like that, it'll automatically register that it will be doing that. So now we will switch over to Bluetooth hands-free, and then the Android Auto there. And so in the Android Auto menu, you can go to the home screen, and through the home screen, you can see everything from your maps, your Spotify, your Google Play Music, your phone, Amazon Music, Audible, there's calendar, podcast. If you have the NHL app, it will show up. There's lots of different things that are going to be integrated from the Android phone to the Android Auto for you to be able to play around with. Of course, it all depends on what applications you have on your phone. So if you see something that's here that you don't have, might be that you just don't have the app, and vice versa. If you see something on yours that you don't necessarily have here, it's probably because you have the app that isn't necessarily on this phone that we're doing for the demonstration. To return back to your home screen though, at any point in time, you can always click on the exit button, or you can also press and hold the home button at any point in time, and it will automatically bring you back to that navigation screen with your Google Maps on your Android Auto.